everybody, welcome back to the Light Side Music Reactions. We've got another video for you today, and today we are doing another request. This is a song that was requested that I check out by one of our viewers, and a quick shout out to username RMKEMR, and they recommended that we check out a new artist to me, one I've never heard of before, named Adam Grant. And the song that he recommended, he or she recommended, is their favorite of his, Adam Grant's, is called My Grandpaw. So not familiar with Adam Grant, not familiar with this song, don't know anything about him. I tried looking up his website, finding out some more information about him. I couldn't find anything online. And so if you are a fan of Adam Grant, go ahead and comment down below some of his other songs that might be interesting for me to check out. Anything that you know about him that might be interesting to our viewers. And let's go ahead and check it out. This is Adam Grant singing My Grandpaw by special request.
Found some old pictures in his dresser, along with a pocket knife and suit.
Nice voice.
Over there, still hanging in his closet, was his overalls and worn out leather boots.
Okay, I'm getting the impression. Okay, he's talking about going through his closet and finding these things. I'm getting the impression this is going to be a sad song, not only because of the tone of the music, but lyrically, this is hinting that something's happened to Grandpa. Maybe he's passed away, and the funeral's over, and they're going through his belongings. Thanks for recommending another tearjerker. You guys know I can't handle these tearjerkers very well. All right, let's get back into it. You found it.
From the Air Force back in 1962.
Retired from the Air Force.
On a 100-acre farm, he built a barn and a cabin too. He had an old Ford tractor and he taught me how to plow. He'd get in his pickup truck and follow me around.
Okay, old Ford tractor. Okay, those of you that grew up on a farm and know your tractors, we know John Deere is green, right? Farmall is red. Alice Chalmers is orange. I know all this because I grew up on a farm. My dad had all these different tractors. What color was Ford? Comment down below if you know. I know the answer. I'll give you the answer at the end of the video. What color Ford tractors are. Comment down before, don't cheat, don't wait till the end of the video, then comment. Go ahead and pause the video now. Go down to the comments and comment what color Ford tractors are. And then come back up and listen to the rest of the video. And then at the end of the video, I'll tell you what color Ford tractors are. This is nice. Okay. As he's going through his grandfather's belongings, he's remembering the experiences that he had with his grandpa. And, growing up, knowing that you have that special bond. I mean, there's a special bond that parents have with their children. We all know about that. Those of us that are parents, that special bond that mothers have with their children because they're literally a part of them. And then I preached about this also, about how, it's like that with fathers too, and with husbands and wives. In the Old Testament book of Genesis, when it talks about Adam and Eve, and how God created Adam and discovered that Adam was lonely. Even though he had all the animals around him, he didn't have a companion that was suitable for him, just like the animals had. And so, it's nice to have pets and animals and stuff like that. But there's a special bond that you have with somebody that you can share, conversations with, that you can share your soul with, basically. What we commonly call your better half, or the person that completes you, sort of thing. And when you find your soulmate, the person that a lot of people believe that God has created for them, it's very special. It's a bond that you have, and part of the reason for that is when God created Adam, He created him from the dust of the earth, according to Genesis. But when He created Eve, He created her from Adam himself. He took a rib from Adam's body and created that, turned it into Eve, into the woman. And so she was literally a part of Him. And it's the same thing with our children. When we have children, they are a part of the mother and the father both. It's the two becoming one flesh, and then creating one flesh. And so that bond is similar. It's not exactly the same that a husband and wife have compared to what you have with your children, but that bond is there. Now, when you think about grandparents, there's another special bond that they have as well. And he's singing about that here in this song, that special bond that he has with his grandfather. And as his grandfather has passed away, he's cherishing those memories of that special bond that they had. That growing up, he said, in his eyes, I could do no wrong. He was the apple of my eye, sort of thing. And, we love our grandparents growing up because, obviously we love our parents, but there's that special thing about grandparents that you can't share with even your parents or with your lover, your husband, your wife, sort of thing. And so maybe I should have saved this for Grandparents' Day, this reaction. But on Grandparents' Day, maybe it'll get some play as well. But anyway, beautiful song so far. I'm loving the message. Very pretty music, too. Nice.
I was only 15, but I was there the day he died. Everyone gathered round, we were standing by his side. My dad called him Daddy, but he was Grandpa to me. Seems just like yesterday, that was 1993. He retired from the Air Force back in 1962. Fought in the Korean War and World War II. He smoked like a chimney and he drank a little too. But he was good as gold. He was red, white, and blue. He had an old shotgun and he taught me how to shoot. We load up his hunting dogs. He always had a few. In my eyes, he could do no wrong. He was my grandpa.
I like how that came full circle. In his grandfather's eyes, he could do no wrong. And now looking back, he's got that same view of his grandfather. In my eyes, he could do no wrong. Now, obviously, we all do wrong. We all make mistakes. He even pointed out some of the flaws in the song that his grandfather had. But even knowing those flaws, still in his eyes, he's perfect. And a lot of times we view those that we love in the same way. We look beyond their flaws and we see only the good. We see the things that they do for us and the things that they mean to us. And our view of our loved ones is often jaded. And rose-colored glasses. We look at our past through, and that's a good thing. I guess we have our heroes and our role models, and it's important for us to be able to look at them and to not always see the flaws, but to see beyond them. And in our recent history as a country, we've been quick to judge our heroes negatively based on the mistakes that they made, forgetting that we all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. Even from a Christian standpoint, looking back on the heroes of the Bible, the people that we respect and look up to, that were the founders of our faith. I mean, you go back to Judaism and Christianity, both goes back to Abraham, and we look up to Abraham, but when you examine his life, there's a lot of the mistakes he made. Look at Moses. Moses made a lot of mistakes. Look at the Apostle Paul. The Apostle Paul, before he was saved, was a terrorist, and he spent his time killing Christians because he was just misled, and he was basically, he had no idea what he was doing. He thought he was doing the right thing. And then, one day he literally saw the light, and he met Jesus, the risen Jesus, and Jesus basically saved him and said, "What are you doing, Paul?" Or Saul at the time. "What are you doing, Saul? Turn your life around." I'm paraphrasing, of course, putting modern terminology. But, one of the greatest evangelists of all time, one of the wrote the majority of the New Testament. One of the most influential preachers of all time, started out as a terrorist. And so it just goes to show that as we look back on our heroes, our American heroes as well, and we see the flaws that they make, and we're quick these days to judge them on that, to tear down statues, to rename buildings and things that are named after them in their honor, schools and stuff like that. I think sometimes we're too quick to do that because we are judging them based on their flaws and forgetting the important good things that they did. And we need heroes. We need role models to look up to, even if they're flawed, to recognize the good things that they did and to honor them for that. And here Adam is honoring his grandfather for what he meant to him. And this is beautiful the way it's coming out. Years. Time sure does fly too. As you get older, you'll see that. Those of you that are younger and watching, you'll get that one of these days. You think things go slow now? Just wait. Okay, this is a nice song. Thank you for recommending it. I'm glad that you did. I had a chance to hear this. And I'll check out some more of Adam Grant's stuff too. As always, there's a link in the description to this video. You can head over there and give him some support on his channel. But anyway, I really enjoyed this song. Thinking back to my grandfather, he's talking about the funeral of his grandfather and looking back and remember that as they went through his belongings and stuff and how they triggered these memories, the fond memories that they had growing up. And everything, and 30 years later, still looking back with fond memories of his grandfather. And I think back to my grandparents as well, and this sort of thing, I imagine, I don't know if he wrote this song, well, probably, if he wrote this song 30 years afterwards, he wouldn't have sang at the funeral, but that happens sometimes. Somebody will write a song, in honor or in memory of someone who passed away and sing it at their funeral. And that was the case for me. It's a difficult thing to do, to preach at a loved one's funeral, as I have done. I preached at my grandmother's funeral. I gave the eulogy, and I sang at my grandfather's funeral a song that I wrote just the day before. I wrote in his memory. And there's a friend of mine growing up in high school. He went to school with my younger brother, and he died at a young age. I think he was 17 years old, and I wrote a song for his mother at his funeral, and I sang that for her and recorded it for her and gave her a copy of it, and it was called Faded Footprints. And then my grandfather, I wrote a song in his memory too and sang it at his funeral. And so hearing him sing this song about his grandfather is inspiring. And I just hope all of you have that kind of relationship with somebody in your life, somebody that you can look up to and respect and view as a role model. And you see past their flaws, and you see them as a hero in your life. We all need that in our lives, somebody we can look up to. We understand that they have their flaws, and sometimes it's those flaws that give them character and that make us love them even more. Sometimes we love them because of their flaws, not just to spite them. And so, like he was talking about the smell of his grandfather's tobacco sort of thing. And sometimes those are fond memories. I remember watching The Parent Trap back in the 1960s, the Haley Mills version, the original. I love that movie, by the way. Check it out sometime if you can. But the original, not the remake with what's her name, the redheaded girl. I can't think of her name right now. But anyway, the Haley Mills version original, there was a scene where she commented on her grandfather. That basically, you know the story. It's these twins separated at birth, and then they switch places and end up coming back home and meeting their family again. And the one goes up to her grandfather, and she's hugging him and putting her nose up to his coat. And he asks her, "What are you doing?" And she says she's smelling his jacket and smelling the smell of his cigars. And then she remembers that smell from her childhood and how that smell just stuck with her, and she's creating a new memory. When I think about our loved ones that have gone on, our grandparents, maybe even our parents, or some other loved one, those memories are important to us. And as you perhaps are thinking of a loved one right now, I hope you have comfort and peace with those memories. And I just hope that gives you strength, that when you think of them, you don't think of the sadness of having lost them or of their flaws or anything else negative. But I hope that you remember those positive things, that it's a blessing to have those memories to you, and that they help you to live your life every day. Thank you once again for recommending that song. I absolutely love it. And as always, if you like this video, hit the like button, comment down below your suggestions on what I should check out next. And if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe, please, and turn on notifications so that you know when we add new content. It also helps me with the algorithm and gets my channel recommended for others to see. And then once again, once we reach 500 subscribers, we'll have a free giveaway to a random subscriber. And so all of you that are subscribed will have the opportunity to be in that drawing to win something that you can keep. And hopefully, we'll be continuing this channel for years to come, because I love sharing these videos with you guys. I love hearing your recommendations and having conversations with you. Like on weekend, we do our live stream on Sunday afternoons at 2 p.m. If you can make it into those, on Sundays we do our live streams at 2 p.m. If you can make it into those and get your recommendations in, then we do a live chat, and we can have conversations back and forth and get to know each other a little bit better than maybe we can just by commenting in the comments section. But anyway, I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your recommendations. Thank you for subscribing and all that you do for the channel. P.S. I almost forgot. The Ford tractors are red and gray. Of course, you can paint them if you want, but the original colors are red and gray. They're a smaller tractor than most of the other ones that you find. Some of them come in various sizes. John Deere come in various sizes. But Farmall, I remember, was a large red tractor. And Alice Chalmers was orange, and that was a large tractor. But the Ford tractors were green and red, and they were smaller. Anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.